I came here 14 years ago, moved back into town. I'd been down south, and I remember the first time I saw a team come here and win. And the whole team came, and I was able to have lunch and thought to myself, wow, I don't know if that's ever going to happen at San Marcos for one of my programs. We had a long way to go, and it wasn't something I ever saw really coming down the pipeline. But I will tell you that later that evening, after we won our championship game, it hit me that evening. I'm like, oh my gosh, we have to take our whole team to the round table. And I was like, I never thought that was going to happen. So this is a big deal, and I really appreciate the Athletic Roundtable for all that they do to support high school athletics. I know I say it every time, but it's probably one of the most special places in the country to play high school athletics, and everybody in here has a part in that, and we really appreciate what you do for the kids. As far as my program goes, I didn't bring them all. We have more kids in the program, but brought all the CIF team members. We had an amazing season, and people come to me sometimes now. I get two questions around town. A, how'd you do it? And wow, you really came on strong at the end. And I think to myself, I'm like, well, it really wasn't about the end at all. The end was the result, and there was a huge process to what we did. And what we did went years back. We're not talking about months, we're not talking about games, we're not talking about weeks, we're talking years to when some of these kids were freshmen and sophomores and had kids to look up to and mentor and guide them to who they are today. And then you talk about the season we went through and the adversity that we all shared as a community, but the way that we embraced that. And one of the things we wanted to do is become one of the most resilient teams in the community. And I think we did that. I think we had a really tough road in the playoffs. We had to play, the number 2 team, the number 3 team, then the number 1 team. And to my knowledge in CIF, that's never been accomplished before, to be able to go from a 7 to a 1 in girls water polo at the Division I level, which is quite an accomplishment. But really, for us, it's about the process. And this team, I would say, yes, we were the best team in the playoffs. But I would say that's because we embraced and we bought into the process throughout the whole season. These kids love each other, they respect each other, they work for each other. Every day, it's about the team. At the end of every practice, we don't cheer, beat, win, be anything like that. Our cheer is friendship. And really, that's what it comes down to. And these girls think that one of the most special things about this program are the friendships that they develop. And so I think that carries us very far in what we do. But I'm very excited about each one of them and who they have become as people, and then secondly as student athletes. But quite an accomplishment, and I'm very appreciative. Also like to just say how much I appreciate my 2 children for being here today. They had a day off, and they're so excited. Kamani James here, who was just so excited when we won, and then Indiana equally. But I want to tell you the pressure I had that day as a father. I woke up in the morning, and Kamani had the first game of the day over at the YMCA, and we talked the night before we went to bed and said, hey, what if we go 3 for 3 tomorrow on games, guys? And Kamani said, don't worry. He said, Dad, we're playing the team that beat us by like 15 points last time. I'm like, Kamani, you're going to be great on the basketball court. And Kamani's team went out and won. He did really well that day. And then Indiana's team went and had a great game. And they came up to me for the championship game, and they go, Dad, you know what this means, right? And I said, oh gosh, we got a lot of pressure. But it came through, and that was their first comment after the day, was that we had gone 3 for 3. So my kids make me better, and I really appreciate the team for embracing that also.